Hi, my name is Carolyn Revels. So I just also want to let you know that I've been on a journey of autoimmune diseases for 15 years. I was diagnosed with MS when I was 38, and I had to retire from my career because I was bedridden, and I went to Western medicine first, and it almost killed me. And so then I knew I had to be my own advocate and look for different options to get me where I knew I could be, and that was healing my body naturally. So I have lupus, MS, disconnective tissue disorder, and Lyme's disease. So all of them are pretty wicked on the body and cause a lot of problems. So on August 2017, I began having massive swelling of my face. It was my eyes, my lips, and there was burning all over. I have photos that accompany my story. I was severely exhausted with body pain all over and massive migraines. I was put on prednisone. It started getting worse and worse. I had burning, peeling skin, and by September, it was really severe. By October, my whole head started another swelling. Worse, the forehead was swelling out, my eyes were swollen shut completely, and the pain behind my eyes and in my brain was severe, along with a tremendous amount of body pain, sheer exhaustion, and massive migraines. So I started another round of prednisone because we just didn't know what else to do. I became disoriented, and I was having problems quite a bit with my vision, and there was definitely a lot of bad things going on. And one of them was that I was backing out of the driveway to go to a doctor's appointment that month, and I ended up in the lawn, and I kept trying and trying, so I knew my vision was affected, and it was scaring me. So by November, things were just getting worse. There was more swelling throughout my whole body, inflammation everywhere. Muscle spasms behind my left eye was a major problem. And there was pressure, and I think that was from the swelling. There were throbbing pains in the lower right corner of my brain, the base of my brain. I had shooting pains and muscle spasms starting from my jaw going all the way up the side of my left face above the temple of my eye. It was just really horrendous. It was extremely painful, and I was extremely exhausted all the time. I couldn't do anything at home. I was not a help to my husband. I couldn't do laundry. I couldn't cook dinner. I couldn't even get up and move around. And our house has 3 flights of stairs, so I was limited to one flight. It was really horrible. My life was ceasing to exist. My heart had been affected by all the medication and by my autoimmune diseases, and that it was at a scary level. My test came back last year saying that I was a walking time bomb for a heart attack or a stroke, and I was terrified. So this has all been documented by blood work and tests that are in my files. Internally, the inside of my body was just disintegrating. It was being attacked on all levels, and it was just a matter of time. During the 7 months before finding Dr. Gibson, I had told you I gained about 70 pounds from the prednisone, and I could barely walk up the stairs without thinking I was going to have a heart attack. My eyes were my main concern because of the swelling and the brain spasms, and I was having severe digestive issues after they put me on like my 3rd round of prednisone because nothing was really working. And then they put me on a whole bunch of black box prescriptions, meaning you could take it and die. It says it right there on the prescription. And I thought, wow, this isn't an option for me. I'm going to have to just live through this pain. At times I'd just be screaming in bed, and my husband just didn't know what to do. He was beside himself. I knew that I wasn't going to make it. I felt like I wasn't going to make it through the year, to be honest. I had all of these digestive problems along with all the pain, all the swelling, all the inflammation, and it started creating really huge pains under my right rib cage, and I went to the hospital several times to have that tested. We knew it was the prednisone, and all the other medication I was on was just destroying my digestive system, and so I couldn't even drink water without blowing up, looking like I was 6 to 8 months pregnant. It was just very painful and extremely uncomfortable. And I was having muscle spasms around the whole front of my stomach. My test results, they're really horrible. Triglycerides, cholesterol, everything off the charts. I had gotten so bad that I couldn't help myself and fallen into a really deep depression, and I was very discouraged and frustrated, and I was embarrassed. I'd gained over 70 pounds from prednisone, and I could barely walk up my stairs without thinking I was going to have a heart attack. It was a very terrifying time in my life, and it was only about 9 months ago. So I thought I was going to die, and I actually said that. I'm not proud of that statement, but if I can help people by letting them know how discouraged I was, that I would give up hope, and to let you know not to give up, to have that tiny bit like I still have, and to fight and know that there's help out there, and you can heal your body naturally. I'm a living proof. I'm a walking miracle in essence, as Dr. Gibson says, and I believe him. After I had discussed with my GP that I needed to continue prednisone and pain medications until I found a doctor who could help me. It continued to get worse and worse. Nothing was helping. And then I remembered my sister-in-law had talked about a doctor a couple years back. She gave me Dr. Gibson's phone number, and I called and set an appointment immediately. And from the photos that I've submitted, you can see the changes that have occurred. By the time I walked into Dr. Gibson's office, it was do or die. It was, if I'm not going to choose to do it the natural way, then I was going to put myself in the hospital, and knowing what prescription medication has done to my body in the past, I wouldn't be around very much longer with where I was standing at. It wasn't an option, actually. It was a choice to maybe end my life sooner. And that's a horrible thing to say, but knowing that I chose to go naturopathic has definitely saved my life. And I'm very grateful for Dr. Gibson choosing to become a healer in his life, and the hope that all of you have out there that might be dealing with the same issues. I've had so many issues, and sheer exhaustion, digestive problems, skin problems, huge amount of body pain, joint swelling, just about anything you can think of. And I hope my photos help show, the pain that I was into. I'm a pretty optimistic person. I'm a people person, and this autoimmune disorders has shut down my life, and I felt very, very confined and isolated. Because I had no immune system, I had to stay away from children, my grandchildren, my family at times, and so it was very, very painful for me and very depressing. I want you to know that you don't have to have your life lived that way if you can follow Dr. Gibson's protocol. It works. This is me, and this is me about, March, April, May, June, July, 6 months later. I went to my appointment with Dr. Gibson with an open mind, knowing that I really had no other options, and I just put my whole heart into it, and I listened to him, and I did what he said without question. And it was difficult, but it's so worth the outcome. I was put on a fast for a week. I did a liquid diet of protein and liquid nutrients to support my tissues to heal and my gut to heal, which, as you all know, is like a huge important thing when you're trying to calm down your inflammation in your body, get back into remission. And it took 3 months of intensive really following the protocol, and now I follow it to the T still to this day. The first 2 months of this protocol were very rough, and I was on a lot of medication. You have to understand, I think I was on about 12 prescription drugs at the time, and I am on nothing. I am on no medication, no prescriptions, and it's absolutely amazing. You can look, I don't have any more red rashes anywhere. My skin is totally healed. My neck was super dry and looked like elephant skin, and it's all back. My face is healed. I have no burning or anything on my eyes. My lips aren't swollen. My eyes are normal. My forehead's normal. I was losing my hair. I had lost all my eyebrows except for the little dots here. It's all back. And it's because of the protocol I've been following. It was the worst I'd ever been in December, and I was scared to death. I'm just very grateful that we have doctors out here like this, and we have Dr. Gibson's protocol, because this is the first time that the amount of change and the amount of healing that has occurred is phenomenal. It's in a less amount of time with a lot better results. And so I'm just very excited, because I didn't ever think that was going to be possible. And I was just succumbing to a life of isolation and depression. And I'm so grateful that my life is coming back to me. And I look forward to doing another video in another 6 months so you can see that, I start yoga, start getting my strength back and my stamina and doing the things that I love to do with my family and my friends and being outdoors more. So it's a lot to be said to just go by faith and hope and to trust. If you're at the end of your wits and being frustrated because your doctors can't figure it out, you've had no changes, then there's nothing to lose but to give this a try because it works. It can change your life forever and get your health back. And I know what that's like. I hope that my sharing this information with you and giving you my story, sharing my photos, will give you that hope and that determination and that perseverance that you can win, that you can get healthy, you can have a healthy life and a healthy body again. It's about committing to the process and following through with it. And if you do that, then it's going to have nothing but positive outcome for you. I didn't think I'd get my life back to even this point. I'm so excited. And I just want to get that through because you get isolated when you deal with autoimmunes for a lot of many reasons. And I understand that. And don't isolate yourself and, get with Dr. Gibson and get on their protocol. It's going to save your life. At times, I couldn't even go to church or be around my grandkids or around my family because of what I was dealing with. I had double pneumonia 2 years in a row, and one more bout. My doctor said I wasn't going to make it past a common cold. So it was a very depressing time in my life. When it comes to your health, when it comes to my health, I know that you're probably like me. We don't share a lot. There's a lot of things that maybe I was very ashamed and embarrassed, and I was very discouraged, and I was very depressed. So it wasn't something that I told anyone other than close family members and my husband because, he was living with me and helping me through this. So again, I say open up and talk about it. Don't be afraid to cry when you need to cry or get angry when you need to be angry, but just move forward and know that there's hope with this naturopathic and natural healing. It's amazing. I'm just going to say that these protocols can get your life back on track in such a short period of time compared to probably the months and years that you've been going through what I've experienced. It's amazing in a short period of time where I'm at now. Again, I said there were moments where I wish I wasn't alive last year, and I am ashamed to say that, but I'm going to share that because those thoughts crossed my mind, even being one of the most upbeat persons that everybody says I am, and myself knowing that I was at a point of almost give up. So don't give up. Just push yourself to that next step and make a phone call and start this protocol if you have the opportunity to, because it really works. I'm here right now. And if you have more questions, you can ask Dr. Gibson. He has my whole file, and he's asked me if he could use me as a case study, and I have agreed because I believe that this will help people, heal people, give people hope and a future. So thank you.